What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we continue the Gauntlet Series for the Cambridge Audio Melomania A100 Earbuds. They had a great showing in episode 1. Let's see what they can do here moving forward. Their opponent in this one will be the Bose QuietComfort Gen 2 Earbuds. Again, one of the pairs that I immediately thought about when I was able to acquire the A100 to put them up head to head. So this should be very, very interesting. Now, if you want to see price specs and app breakdowns for either one of these earbuds, let me get these guys in frame. For either one of these earbuds, I'll leave links in the description below to my unboxing videos for both. I'll also leave links where you can buy one or both of these earbuds if you are interested. Now, as always, we're going to go ahead and run through our mic test, our ANC test, and then we're going to come back in and for the sound test. But before we dive into all that, let's hear a little bit from today's sponsor, Audio Experience. Let me tell you a bit about our sponsor for today's video, Audio Experience. Located in Connecticut, Audio Experience has 2 appointment-only showrooms featuring dedicated audition spaces for 2-channel stereo, home theater, and custom installation audio video for homes and businesses. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, no. Audio Experience exists to provide discerning enthusiasts like you a way of connecting with the highest quality products to transform your AV experience from the mundane to the emotionally engaging. For those of you outside of the Connecticut area, like myself, Audio Experience offers the majority of its brands online via shopaudioexperience.com. Doing business with larger retailers can often feel transactional and impersonal. By contrast, Audio Experience offers a personalized approach focused solely on your needs, offering the knowledge, care, and dedication needed to achieve truly life-changing AV solutions. Now, if you're interested in a specific product or you want to learn more, check out the links in the description of this video and make sure you let Justin at Audio Experience know that Ron on Tech sent you. This is a mic test with the Cambridge Melomania A100 Earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Cambridge Melomania A100 Earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Cambridge Melomania A100 Earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the Cambridge Melomania A100 Earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the Bose QuietComfort Gen 2 Earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Bose QuietComfort Gen 2 Earbuds in a quiet location. This is a mic test with the Bose QuietComfort Gen 2 Earbuds in a crowded location. This is a mic test with the Bose QuietComfort Gen 2 Earbuds in a crowded location. All right, we are out for an active noise canceling test with the Cambridge Melomania A100 Earbuds. You have them in. Right now, we are currently in transparency mode. I don't know if you can see this. I'm gonna put it up here on my phone. So we are in transparency mode here. And I have to admit, right now, everything seems to be pretty good. It's kind of quiet right now. I thought I had some vehicles driving by. Okay, we got some vehicles coming this way. So I can hear them just fine. And it feels, yeah, I can hear them fine, no muffling or anything like that. So what we're gonna go ahead and put these guys in noise canceling mode. All right, noise canceling has been turned on and everything got really quiet. Like my car is right here running, right next to me, about 5 feet away, maybe 7 feet, and I can't even hear it. Got cars going past me, I could barely hear them. So it's doing a fantastic job of blocking out all the sound. There's some wind noise. There was some wind noise, but now there isn't any. I can feel it on my skin and everything, but I can't hear it at all. The sound, this is really, really good. Now, just 2 things real quick. 1, I did switch out and went with the larger ear tips on these earbuds, so I got a better seal. 2, I am not listening to any audio as I record this test here. So this is strictly the strength of the noise canceling within the earbuds, and it's doing a wonderful job. Now, is it blocking out everything? No. I could slightly hear the traffic behind me, but it's real minimal. All right, so again, I'm very impressed with the noise canceling on these earbuds. So if I had to rate these between 1 and 10, 1 being absolute garbage, 10 being the best ever made. I'd easily give these guys, you know what? I'll give these an 8. No, I'll give these an 8 because I could barely hear the vehicles around me. It got really quiet. They're doing a fantastic job. I'll give these a solid 8 on there. I thought I was 7.5, but I feel as though I would be robbing them if I did that. So a solid 8 will work for these because they're doing a fantastic job. Cambridge has definitely stepped their game up when it comes to the noise canceling. So 8 for these, and this will be me signing off on the ANC test for the Cambridge Melomania A100 earbuds, about to call them headphones. All right, we out in my backyard for a noise canceling test for the new Bose QuietComfort 2nd Gen earbuds. Right now we're in transparency mode, so everything is pretty clear. I can hear all the traffic around me. So what we're going to go ahead and flip these guys into noise canceling mode. As you can hear, we got traffic on the street behind us and the turnpike behind me. So here we go. All right. Noise canceling is turned on and it is very, very quiet. Nicely done. I can hear absolutely nothing. Like nothing. Everything whisper quiet. These is living up to the Bose name. Again, this is scary. I had to keep looking around but these guys are doing a fantastic job. Absolutely no sound whatsoever. I did switch out to the larger ear tips and the large wing on each of these, but again, no music is being played whatsoever. So this is just the strength of the noise canceling, and they are doing a fantastic job, top notch. So now basically, if I have to go 1 to 10, 1 being trash, 10 being the absolute best. Let's see. I definitely had to give these guys a 9.5, 9.5, because I know, to be honest, no one's perfect. There's always room for improvement somewhere. So 9.5 it is. Top of the line, in my opinion. So this has been ANC Test for the Bose QuietComfort Gen 2s. All right, we are back in for the sound test. We're going to start off with the Melomania A100s. We are in the app. I just want to quickly show you guys my EQ settings for them. That's what it looks like, more of a V shape of configuration for my EQ. Okay. And I also have the dynamic EQ. I swear, dynamic EQ. I have that turned on as well for these. Now also, and I did not mention before in the first episode, but I'm going to go ahead and mention it now. I do have LDAC turned on for the A100s here. Just want to quickly show you guys that LDAC is on, and they are using the high-res audio for that. So again, just wanted to quickly let y'all guys know that and keeping it 100. And my apologies for not showing you guys and informing you guys of that in the first video. All right, in episode 1 of this Gauntlet Series. So let's go ahead and check our volume level first. Make sure we are optimal listening level. We are there. And we're going to go ahead. We got our first song already queued up. So let's go ahead and pop these in. We're going to cut over to me. All right. Let me just make sure we're locked in. Okay, we are locked in now. Let's go ahead and make sure noise canceling is turned on. Yes, noise canceling is turned on here. Just wanted to show you guys. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and get our cutaway. I should have done it with the cutaway, but I wanted to make sure you guys seen it really good. All right, so let's get our cutaway going. All right, we got that. Let's go ahead and get over to our first song. All right, here we go. Dominique Feel Me is the name of the artist. The song's name is Feeling Good. If you have this song in either Deezer, I'm using Deezer. You might have it in Tidal. You might have it on Spotify or Apple Music. Definitely check it out when you get a chance, but after this video. All right, so here we go. Song number 1, A100s. Let's get it. Let me back that up. All right, here we go. Again, love the volume. Don't have to turn up the earbuds at all. Nice clarity with the lead vocalist. Background vocalist fills in nicely. They sound nice and clear. You have your standard sound stage with these guys. And I love her enunciations of the B's, P's, and T's. That's really popping. You get her breathing rhythm. You actually hear her inhale before she starts the verse, and then exhale afterwards. And very clear, even with the background vocalists, they sound so good together. Excuse me. Now they're harmonizing. Sounds, again, just sounds so clear. All right, I done went over a little bit, but that's okay. Sounds so clear, and I just sounds really, really good. Again, even with and especially with the nuance and everything on it, wonderful. All right, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna switch over to the Bose QuietComfort Gen 2s and see how they handle song number 1. All right, we are back in. We've got the Bose QC Gen 2 earbuds, paired up. We are in the app. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at my EQ settings here. All right. There you go. Again, that V shape, I love it. I think I get the best sound out of it. It just hits my ears right. Okay, so I absolutely love it. All right, so again, the Bose QuietComfort Ultras does not have any like advanced features other than immersive sound mode, which I will be using that as opposed to, excuse me. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. Allergies. All right, I'm gonna be using that when I go in. So as we go into our noise canceling, I know they have, quiet, aware, so we're gonna have quiet turned on. I'm sorry, these ones don't have immersive. I got them confused with they got them confused with the ultras. All right, so we just gonna go on quiet here. So noise canceling, it will be turned on. Let's go and get these guys in. All right, looks like I'm triggering audio, trying to get these guys on. All right, let's go ahead and all right, we got quiet turned on now. Now let's go ahead and get into our music. All right, we're going to pause that. Let's check our volume level, make sure we are there. All right, we are there. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and cut over. All right, here we go. Song number 1, QC Gen 2s. Let's get it. Yeah, nice volume. Don't have to worry about turning them down at all, or turning them up rather at all. Getting the breathing. All right, like her voice, her vocals clear. Background vocalist filling in the back, very clear as well. Gives a little bit of a depth, feel of depth between them too, as if they're literally standing behind her and singing. So I like that little added feature there. Again, the nuances, her breathing rhythm, her enunciation of words. And I love the clarity of all three combined. They sound wonderful together. And the harmonizing, very crisp. Again, I love the clarity overall, but man, they gave you some really, really good detail when it comes to the nuances of her singing, or of her voice rather. All right, so let's go ahead. We're gonna pop these out. All right, and then what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and see how they handle the bass song. Song number 2 in this series, in this challenge. Stay strapped in. All right, we are back in song number 2, our bass song. You and That by E40 featuring T-Pain and Candy Girl. We do have the A100s on. Let's go ahead and flip the camera. Now, I didn't get the pop-up window down here. Well, down here. Sorry, down here in the second segment of the first video. We're gonna go make sure we got that going on moving forward. As you can see it right there. All right. So yeah, is it right there? Yeah, right there. Okay, right there. All right, so let's go ahead. We got the A100s on or in. Song number 2, our bass song. Let's get it. Love that punch at the beginning. Fades out too. Nice silk. Again, ripples in the pond. Exactly what you want when it comes to your fade out. Very clear. Now T-Pain comes in. Nice clear vocals. The tinny auto-tune, but not piercing of the ear. Let's go ahead and turn that up. Woo. I don't even got to go all the way up. Oh, that bass is so powerful. And that fade out is clean. All right, let's go back down. All right. Man, I love that bass. Again, T-Pain sounds very clear. Now we got E40 coming in. Yes, I'm loving the bass punch on these. So clean. Powerful. Powerful right out the gate. Maintained it. Even that turned it up higher. I got no distortion in the higher volume percentages. Really nice. Again, I didn't go all the way up to 100%. I'll reserve my hearing because I like to do this stuff. But man, even getting up there in like the 80% percentile of volume rather. These guys, again, no distortion. Bass stay clean. Absolutely love it. Vocals were as crisp as well. Let's go ahead and pop these out. And we're going to go ahead in with the QC Gen 2s. All right. Let me get back into our. All right. Every time I put these in, I always tap to change the noise canceling on this. Let's go ahead and get a quick test. All right. Let's go ahead in. All right. Here we go. We're doing this right on the fly. Song number 2, QC Gen 2s. Let's go. Okay. Nice punch to the bass. That fade out is silk. Okay. Now we got T-Pain coming in. Lyrics very clear. Not tinny, but smoothed out. So you ain't got that high-pitched auto-tune that's, that just hits the ear. So I like that. Let's turn this up. Ooh. Okay. Again, the bass got nice punch to it, but it's more blended in with the rest of the song, so it's like subtle, which I like. It makes it smoother sounding. Let's go and turn that down. Man, now you got E40 coming in. Very clear. Ooh, man. The clarity is fantastic. I love the bass. Like I was mentioning it earlier, it hits different than it does with the A100s. It's more, I said subtle. I think, I think that's like almost like the best word for it. It's like kind of subtle, but it sounds great, and I love the fade out. The fade out is fantastic. Just again, ripples upon, smooth, all the way out till you don't hear it no more, and then it comes back and hits you with another bass punch. Again, I like the way it sounds. This is a real good one. All right, let's go ahead and switch over to song number 3. All right, we are back in for our final song, KDG Home. This is my instrumental song there. Let's go ahead and get started. We got the A100 cents. So let's go ahead and flip the camera and let's get our cutout. All right, there we go. We are ready to rock and roll here. So here we go. Song number 3 with the A100s. Let's get it. Nice, crisp, high keys. Nice transition to the low keys. Nice, solid rumble there. Saxophone sounds nice and crisp. Ooh, I love that low key hit too that you're getting. So clear. Oh, that saxophone sounds so crisp, so crisp. And again, I'm loving the low keys on the keyboard, giving that nice little, almost like a bass hit. Oh, sounds so clean. Uh, s- this is so enjoyable. And absolutely love the. Let me pause this. I'm going on about it. Love that crispness of the saxophone. Good balance with the keyboard between that and the keyboard. And man, them low keys when they hit, you feel, you hear the rumble in your ear. I mean, just not. It's not. I love the timing of it, but when it does hit, you get that little jolt, and it sounds so good. All right, let's go ahead, pop these out. We're going to jump on with the QC Gen 2s. We got them locked in. Let's back the song up. Let me make sure this right one is locked in the way I like it. All right, there we go. Make sure we snug. Yep. All right, here we go. That one just doesn't feel right. Okay, there we go. I don't know why it didn't feel right, but it's good now. All right, let's do a quick test. All right. Whoa, wait a minute. Had a little problem with the left. Let's go ahead and put that back in the case quick. Pop that back out. All right, there we go. That's why there was no balance between the two. That's why it felt kind of weird. Let's go ahead and hit test. All right, we're good. Because this one had shut off, so it gave me that off. That's why I thought something was wrong with my right ear here. It turned out the left earbud had turned off. So, all right, here we go. Song number 3, Bose QC Gen 2s. Let's get it. Nice, crisp keys. Okay. Nice transition from the high keys to the low keys. Man, nice saxophone. Very crisp. You get that them low keys, you get that little rumble. Like I said, I love the timing. And very clear. That saxophone, man, I'll tell you what. Very, very clear. Oh, sounds silk. Very nice. Man, that saxophone is like silk, man. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Absolutely love it. All right. Man, great. This has been a great head-to-head so far. So let's go ahead and get this all cleaned up. We'll come back. We're going to break these down. We're going to talk about each category, see who gets the points, and who walks out the winner of this episode. Stay strapped in. All right, we are back in, and man, this has been a great episode for this Gauntlet Series for the Cambridge Audio Melomania A100 Earbuds, and their opponent in this one, the Bose QuietComfort Gen 2s. All right, so let's go ahead and break them down. Each category. First, we're going to start with price. We're going at the time of my purchase, I will have to give the nod to the A100s. They cost about $30 cheaper than the QC Gen 2s at the time of me purchasing them. I'm quite sure you can probably find the Gen 2s with a little bit of a discount now. They've been out for almost a year, so you may be able to find them at a discount. But they're just slightly more expensive, but still the A100s will get to check on that one. Moving on down to the app, I'm going to go ahead and give I'm gonna give both of them points on the app. They both give you a lot of features and things to choose from, and to configure your earbuds as well. So I'm gonna give them both points on the app. Well, when it comes to the mics, I'm going to give point to the A100s. I think they have better mics than the QC Gen 2s. They sound a lot clearer and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and give them the check on that, and the point on that, and to emphasize on that point, both of them allow ambient noise in. They do not have like environmental noise canceling mics on them, so you do get that ambient sound in. However, you do sound more clear on the A100s than you do on the QC Gen 2s, which I haven't had anybody complain about hearing me with the Gen 2s, but in comparison, A100s get the point. All right, so moving on down to noise canceling, Bose definitely gets the point there. The A100s has really good noise canceling, but Bose basically runs that, and they show it here with the Gen 2s as well. Top of the line noise canceling, the best noise canceling earbuds out. You can make an argument for the XM5s. You can make an argument for the AirPod Pros if you want, but I just think Bose is the best in the business right at this point. All right, now let's go ahead and talk sound. For the first song, let's go ahead and talk about that. Both of them gave me nice clarity when it came to the vocalists, both lead and background. They both gave me really great nuance when it came to her breathing patterns, her enunciation of words, things like that. They both produced that level of detail just as well. However, I'm going to give the overall nod as far as volume to the A100s. I think these guys are a little louder than the Gen 2s. But outside of that, they both did a fantastic job with that first song. I think the soundstage is a little wider on the QC Gen 2s, but not by much. Of course, the A100s has that standard standard soundstage. It just sounds a little wider on the A100s, or excuse me, on the Gen 2s. All right, so moving on to our second song, our bass song. I think this is where these guys kind of separate from each other a little bit. I love the bass punch on the A100s in this song. It punches right upside the head. The fade out is fantastic. Love how it just smoothly and subtly just fades out and disappears, and before the next punch upside the head comes. You got good clarity when it came to the when it comes to the lyrics. T-Pain, that tinny sound with the auto-tune, very clear but not piercing of the ear, even at higher volume levels. They did it just sound really good. And again, even with that higher volume, the bass didn't distort as well. So they did a fantastic job. And then, of course, E40's lyrics and everything was very clear. No problem listening to that on there. Now, when you go to the QC Gen 2s, you got good bass punch, but again, I think that wider soundstage hits that bass right where you don't want it. It makes it kind of like thins it out a little bit. I mean, you do got a nice punch to it, and it's like I said, it was kind of subtle sounding, but it was definitely there. The fade out was wonderful. I think the low end fade out was better on the Gen 2s than on the A100s. When it came to that fadeaway, I think it was much better here. But the overall bass, the punch upside the head, was a lot more powerful on the A100s than it was on the Gen 2. So you got kind of a mix and match here, but you could definitely tell the difference. And I'm thinking it's because of the slightly wider soundstage on the Bose that kind of and I don't want to say weakened the bass, but changes the overall feel of it, I guess. It's not as powerful. It's not as powerful of a punch that the A100s give you, but it's still solid. It's still clean. It's just a little bit more subtle, but fantastic all the way around. Then going into our third song, our instrumental song, Kenny G Home. Again, I love the transition from the high keys on the keyboard to the low keys with the A100s. That difference, that bass hit difference, man, it's eye opening. It's attention grabbing, because you go from the nice crisp high keys, and then when you drop down to the low keys, it's like a smack upside the head, like a wake up. But man, they sound really good. And then they kept that same I want to say energy with the low keys throughout the song. Whenever they struck them low keys, it gave you that little bit of a bump, a little bit of a punch. I ain't gonna call it a bump. I'm gonna call this a punch to go along with that crisp saxophone by Kenny G. And again, I love the balance between it all. So no one was drowned out at all on this one. When you switch over to the Gen 2s, again, little wider soundstage, the bass, you still got the crisp high keys, but the transition to the low keys was a little bit more softer, a little bit more subtle, but you did hear the transition. Didn't like it fade. It went from high keys, and then when the transition, it like faded out and disappeared. No, you did hear the bass transition, but it's again a little bit more subtle than on the A100s. And then it did give you that little, I don't want to call it a punch. I call this a bump, a little bit of a bump on the low end throughout the song. Again, remarkable crispness of the saxophone. I lost my words there. I love the way the saxophone, how crisp it sounded throughout, and again kept that balance with the keyboard as well. And again, it was a really, really good sound overall. Again, with that wider sound stage, some things took a slight dip, but again, fantastic sound. All right, so now if I had to pick one of these guys to go out the house with, which one would I pick? I might go with the A100s on this one. I like the overall sound on these. You got nice punchy bass, and you got great clarity when it came to the mids and highs with vocals and instruments. They sound wonderful. I definitely would have to give these guys the win on this one. Yeah, absolutely. They did a fantastic job. Well, both of them did a fantastic job, actually. I still rock the Bose QC Gen 2s. I mean, these guys are heavy in my rotation. I think these are still one of my best $100 to $200 earbuds in my collection. But again, I think that wider soundstage hurt them when in comparison to the A100s. But again, I like that slightly wider soundstage personally. I love the way it sounds and everything, and I really wish these guys had a high-res codec. Also, they supported a high-res codec. I think that would have definitely improved the sound on these and everything like that. And they wish they had better microphones for phone calls. But yeah, still a really great pair of earbuds. I enjoy listening to them, despite their flaws. All right, so the winner in this one is the A100s, Cambridge Audio Melomania A100s, that is. And this will wrap up episode number 2 of the Gauntlet Series. If you like what you see, go and hit the like button. If you want to join me as I continue this series, we got 2 more contestants for the A100s left. I'm guaranteeing you the next one you will be very happy to see return to the fold. So you definitely want to make sure you are here for that one. And hey, if you want to, again, if you make sure you give me the like button. I lost my words again. You want to make sure, hit the like button, hit the subscribe and notification bell. That way you're notified when videos like this and others drop. A huge shout out to our sponsor in this video, Audio Experience. Again, I'll leave links where you can find the A100s in their collection, in their brand stores as well. So make sure you can cop them there if you're interested. And yeah, I got some unboxings coming up. I got some, I got some headphone head-to-heads that have been highly requested. So I'm gonna make sure I try to get those guys in. It's gonna be real busy here at Ronald Tech, and you know what's coming up. We're entering the fourth quarter of the year. So I'm going to be there are going to be some new earbuds coming in. There's going to be some new headphones coming in. So, and then you know how we do the end of the year. So I'm going to put that out there right now because I'm going to do it again later, but I want to make sure I'm let them know that, yes, I will begin working on my end of year videos next month. That's in October. I'm already writing off August. August is all but done after this weekend. So next month in October, I will begin starting to do my testing and my comparison for my top 10 end of year videos that I will be dropping the last week of December. So if you definitely make sure you hit the subscribe and the notification bell, that way you are informed of everything when everything drops. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.